I want you to think of 8 of your friends or family members who are women. One of them will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime.
Today is National Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day, also known as MBC or
Stage 4 breast cancer, and it is actually the only type of breast cancer which is deadly.
The average length of survival is 3 years.
The metastatic of it all. People don't understand what these stages are.
People get the impression that breast cancer is the good kind of cancer to have.
Breast cancer is not breast cancer, not breast cancer.
The 5-year survival rate is still 29%.
Despite this being deadly, it's estimated that metastatic breast cancer only gets about 2 to 5% of the funding raised in the name of breast cancer research.
It's a staggering statistic.
In desperate need of
We
funding.
need more research, we need more awareness.
There's still no cure for stage 4
Research
cancer.
funding equals time.
They are quite literally dying for a cure.
Don't ignore stage 4.
Take a look at your friends. Take a look.
I wrote it all on here. I still have like the whole brain fog regardless. Hi, my name is Ashley. I've been living with MBC for 1 year. I was diagnosed at the age of 31.
I'm in my green era. My name is Kia Toy. I'm 44 years old and I've been living with MBC for 3 years.
For the walk we did in New York, we were doing signs and I was like, hold on. There's no other language here. Let me write one in Spanish. And I wrote, and I was like, muriendo por una cura, like dying for a cure. My name is Roxana. I'm 51 years old, and I've been living with MBC for 9 years.
I'm gonna try to get over my cringe. I'm doing this for the greater good. My name is Caroline Ezzo, and I was diagnosed with MBC when I was 32 years old. I really did not have any warning signs. I had an annual physical. Only a few months later, my boyfriend actually pointed out that my left breast felt different. It ended up being breast cancer, and it was de novo metastatic right off the bat.
I was 41. I was a year late on getting a mammogram because I didn't have insurance. I had noticed on my right breast that there was like a dimpling. And back then, I thought that breast cancer was hereditary, not that anybody can get it.
I was initially diagnosed with breast cancer. I went through chemo, radiation, I had a mastectomy, and then I was cancer-free. A couple of months later, I started having pains in my lower back and my hip and thigh. Come to find out that the cancer had come back metastatic in my bones and my brain.
I was about 9 months pregnant. That's when I felt a lump. Thought it was a clogged duct. And that morning, my water broke. So, yeah. So I ended up giving birth that next day. Got the report from the biopsy. It was a Friday. And I was reading it, and it was the words cancerous. And I was holding my daughter in my arms. I was sitting on the couch. I started crying because it's like, what do I do? What do I do?
The beginning was really wild. Most people, when they get diagnosed with breast cancer, you go right in for a lumpectomy or mastectomy. But my doctors explained to me that once you're diagnosed stage 4, de novo, right at the beginning, surgery doesn't necessarily improve outcomes, I believe is the term they use.
I went through 31 cycles of radiation. Surgery, I had a mastectomy. At that moment, I was stage 3C. I decided to remove my ovaries because I didn't want to be poked every month. So while I'm waiting at the ER, I get the call. They found a 3-centimeter malignant tumor in your left ovary. That doesn't make sense. Like, I went through chemo, radiation. You're talking about within 5 months. It grew. The oncologist said, you were probably de novo from the beginning.
The treatment plan of it all. It was aggressive, 8 weeks straight chemotherapy. Surgery October 17th. Radiation started November. Right now, I still have to do monthly shots for Trelstar to keep my ovaries asleep, and also bone strengthening agent, the Zometa, because with metastatic, it transferred to only my bones.
The cancer had eaten away at the cartilage in my hip, so it was bone on bone. I've had multiple surgeries on my hip to relieve that pain. They found 3 new tumors in my brain. I did radiation again, chemo.
Everyone says this, but it's a full-time job. I resent that deeply. You know, there are some weeks when I have 5+ appointments just cancer related, and that's not including the things that I need to do to take care of myself.
It makes me sick, and then I got to get back up and do this again for 5 days. By like Thursday or Friday, they have to help me off the platform. I need help getting in and out of the car. It's draining.
The medications have affected the fact that my focusing, the multitasking that I used to do. I still work. I'm a single mom, so I have no option but to work.
I have intense fatigue. It's really debilitating. I have extreme cognitive side effects, and I think for me that's been the most painful. That's really rocked me in my identity.
I have memory loss because I was also going through postpartum depression, and they labeled me as major depression. And then my husband, he's trying to process it all too. It was very hard for us both. Not only on my body, but like my mental and finance, marriage. It takes a toll.
It has taken away my decision whether or not to have children. Honestly, wasn't sure if I wanted to, but I deeply wish that could have been my choice.
Before I was diagnosed, I had my own apartment. I'm single with no kids. Nobody takes care of me. And then I got sick. It literally derailed my future, where I was headed before this.
It's taken some friends and family. You don't have what you had in common before, and it scares people off. And people are like, oh, you know, caregivers take it a different way sometimes, and some just don't have the strength to accept what you're going through. And it's like, yeah, but I'm the one that's going through it, not them. I wish people were more educated about what MBC is.
People say a lot of frustrating things. I think the biggest thing is, but you look so healthy, or you're so young. I'm like, I know this.
I may look fine, but like people don't understand the fatigue of it all.
You look fine. You don't even look like you have MBC. And that's painful, that's hard.
Oh, so you're cured. So you're okay. No, I'm not cured.
A lot of people think it's hereditary.
There was no genetic history. I don't understand because a couple months later, my mom was diagnosed and she did the genetic testing.
Why didn't you get a mammogram at 40?
Initially, when I was diagnosed, I was 39. If I had waited 6 months, my doctors told me I would not have made it to my 40th birthday.
They don't know that like anyone can get this diagnosis. There's a moment where like you just reflect their mortality back at them.
Just because I have a little bit of hair on my head and I'm walking around and trying to make memories doesn't mean I'm okay.
I would say my biggest fear, if it reoccurred, I came to acceptance that if I do pass, you know, I just gotta get things in order now.
I've had a unique experience with breast cancer where I have never looked sick, and I'm very scared of losing that. Having just the world see me as a sick person instead of Caroline. The sort of dependent state that like feels like it's coming for me.
When that day comes where the medicines no longer work, the treatments are all exhausted, my fear is watching my family members deal with that outcome of nothing helps, and we're just going to make her comfortable for her last days.
My biggest fear is slowing down, not being here for my son when he graduates high school, let alone college, and just get older.
So much gives me hope and optimism. My family and friends. It's a cliche, but they've just held it down. My mom and my dad have been there every step of the way, coming to appointments, even to like get lab work when I do not need them there.
My son, my reason for fighting every day.
Well, my dad and my sister, I've had phases where I've wanted to stop the treatment and just like let the cancer do whatever it's going to do. They tell me, you know, that I have more work to do.
What gives me hope is my kids. Just seeing them, there is joy in every bit of sadness.
I think what gives me hope is the research. I hope it just continues because we really need it. Hopefully it could help the next round of people that may get it. And I hope nobody else does, but unfortunately, that's just not the reality.
The medications that I'm on were not available just a few years ago. I also feel extremely lucky to have been diagnosed at this moment in time. I mean, I wish I could not have this, but wow, like all the options out there have completely changed the game, especially for de novo metastatic. The ultimate goal would obviously be prevention, but prevention is not working. People are getting diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer all the time, and it is the only type of breast cancer that you can die directly from.
Together,
we must find a cure.
Juntos debemos buscar una cura para MBC.